Hello there and welcome to the Nippon Paint Clifford Cup 2023 knockout finals, and I have two gentlemen who's been very instrumental in putting up this championship, and I'm just going to have some chit chat with them about the tournament and what sort of support that they want and what the sort of support that they have contributed and how the community have received. And first I would like to have a quick chat with Mr. Nementha, Director General Manager of Nippon Paint Lanka. Mr. Abesinger, well, I'm going to throw a question. I'm sure probably nobody would have asked you in an open forum like this. Well, if you look at Sri Lanka rugby, internationally and locally, serving suspensions and loads of things going in, people leaving, and why did you choose to work with Sri Lanka rugby?
Well, our first interest is sports and young people. And Nippon Paint came forward to support sports, rugby, and not get involved in anything else. So we had problems in 2 years, 3 years, and the youngsters didn't get any opportunity to come forward and showcase their talent. So we as a company came forward in trying times to help sports, young people, and lastly rugby. So what happens around it is not our concern. As long as we have the tournaments going, as long as the young are engaged and playing rugby and can represent Sri Lanka, we are happy. We are happy to be part of Clifford Cup knockouts. We are happy to be part of rugby and SLR. So as far as we know, the tournaments are happening, the players are playing, and of course we are having finals, and we just had completed the league finals. So we congratulate SLR for making sure that as sponsors we are given the due recognition, due place, and the tournaments are played.
Well, having said that, with all this adversity, do you think you had an impact on your brand and also your mileage, or do you think you could have got a little bit more if it has been all smooth, sailing smooth?
Yes, I mean, as a company, we are extremely happy in what the recognition we got for the brand, and also where were able to make a contribution to the society, as I said earlier. So in both forums, we being able to make a contribution to sports, young people, rugby, and also getting our brand highlighted in the mainstream as well. So we are happy as sponsors.
And also I hear Nippon securing the sponsorship for the last 2 years for the local league, sevens, and the Clifford Cup knockout. And also I hear it's going to be another 3 more years. Is that true?
Yes, we signed in a 3-year package with SLR. So it's not one ad hoc instant. We are there for good. We are there to support sports and rugby. So let's see how the partnership goes on year on year.
Great. And leaving the local tournaments to aside, and there's also 15s and 7s international championships coming up. And what's your take on that, and how do you want to support and move forward with SLR on that platform?
Last year we did actually jump in and help SLR in organizing some teams going overseas. This year also we are waiting for the proposals. Once we come, we'll analyze them and see. We are positive to see what comes out of it.
Great. Well, I don't know whether you're a avid social media follower, but then again, when it comes to brand building, I'm sure you're using that as a platform as well. But Sri Lanka rugby goes hand in hand with the social media network these days because most of the youngsters, they all follow that. Have you got to say anything about that, and what sort of mileage that you got, and what do you think, how best Sri Lanka rugby can utilize that platform to achieve more success?
I think social media is here to stay. I mean, it's the future. I see a lot of fans watch, yes, actually spectators were watching live through social media as well. So we are also very active in social media. So it's part and parcel that we get exposure into social media, and our platforms are working hard as well, including with SLR platforms. So we are very happy with what's going on. And of course, there's always room to improve. We'll work on this.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Abesinger. And next, I would like to move on to the President of Sri Lanka Rugby, Mr. Rizly Elias. Well, Mr. Elias, 2022 you started, and it's 2023. It's been a massive turmoil. Can you please explain a little bit about how things were in office?
It is also a difficult moment that we went through, but I think going forward we got used to it. I think I got a tremendous team in office. I mean, now it's like almost remote control. I mean, those days I needed to share every meeting, but especially when the season started going off now, I did not share most of the meetings because our office staff, plus on top of that our council members got very involved, and it's moving on smoothly now.
And also, there are various stakeholders in the game, starting from the referees to players to management and coach. And I'm sure you would have had many challenges in different platforms and different phases, overcoming all those things. Can you please tell us a few things about that?
Yeah, initially we had the referees coming together, having a consistency in the blowing pattern. But we have formed within our SLR a unit headed by Roshan Dean, Tony Amit, and Vimal Perra, and also the other person who was involved is Vimal Perra. They formed a unit on a CMO report. We worked together with the referees, had a common platform where we identified what's going wrong, how do they need to go forward in a consistent manner. So it was all putting things together. So it was difficult initially, but as time went on, the understanding between officials came across. We didn't have the time to speak to the coaches because we need to also tell the coaches not blame the referees at all given time. If certain platforms on the coaching department has been corrected, like the binding, certain things that we have discussed. But going forward, we are going to talk about all these matters and take forward. But having said all that, the stand of rugby has been very good, very competitive. Even the champions didn't know till they became champions till the last game was over. So we are very happy, and we can only help to uplift the standard of the management and the player base, and we will do that as SLR.
Well, I'm going to ask the same question what I threw at Mr. Abhay Singh. Well, I think I would like to ask it to your face this time. Well, SLR management, or rather like, the council has been in a madhouse this year. There are suspensions, people leaving, loads of things happening, not only local forum as international as well. But under your leadership, how did you manage to sail through that?
Yeah, my answer is the same. The harder we got hit, the stronger we became. Because these are all baseless allegations. I wouldn't want to throw anything to anybody, but at the end of the day, what is more important, sports and rugby is the winner. We had a full-fledged tournament calendar this year. We had done better than whatever that has happened for the last 10 years. So I am happy. So we are okay. Our hands are clean, and we know justice will prevail. So we go forward very positively.
Well, also, if you look at leaving the local tournaments to aside, internationally, at one point we were cruising very well, but slightly like performance levels have dropped. But what's your say on that? What's your take on that? Are there any plans to improve it? What is your development program, and how are you going to do that? How are you going to get it right?
Yeah, we have one big tournament, the Asiad 7 Series, coming in September in China. No sooner after this tournament, we have told the selectors to sort of select a 15 pool and a 7th pool. We have put a plan together, which I cannot speak now, on a management training professional team coming from overseas and assisting us. But of course, we have done well and been on the 4th, 5th level in Asian 7s. Only the last tournament we dropped down to 7th place. But our overall standing has been on the 5th place. I think we could polish ourselves back because we didn't have much international exposure. In June, we are looking at staging a 7th open invitation tournament in Sri Lanka to give our players a little bit of insight on how they can play with the international. So there is a plan. There's a plan to all this, and we will slowly come down in the news and let you all know.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, and enjoy the game. And that's about it here from the halfway line.